Hello YouTube and the internet, this is Dark Vigilante bringing you a supplemental video to my Kolbot series of videos, and in this particular one we're going to be talking about how to set up a leader and follower and the configurations, edits, etc. that we need to do in order to get that to work. So just to preface this video a little bit, I'm not going to go into extreme detail of what all you can do. I'm not going to show how to do certain things because I want to keep this video down to a certain length, and I also want to keep this very simple because I feel like this is what the vast majority of people have asked me to do and have asked me to show. If you guys are interested in learning more, I will be happy to make more videos in the future. However, for now, I'm just going to leave it very simple and keep it along these lines. So, the first thing we need to do is edit our leader's character configuration file. Now I am going to assume a couple of things here. And number one, I'm going to assume that you've already set up your character configuration files for both your leader and your leecher. If you have not done both of these things, you need to go do these before you do any of the following steps, because it will not help you unless you make sure that you've gone ahead and done that already. So as you can see here, line number 380, we need to change public mode to either 0, 1, 2, or 3. By default, I believe it is set to 0. If you leave it as 0, your leader will not invite or accept an invite from any character that joins their game. Therefore, we need to change this to either a 1, a 2, or a 3. 1 is by far the easiest because then it can invite and accept invites at the exact same time. So I suggest 1. Next up, we're going to make sure you save this before you leave it. Next up, we're going to open our leecher's character configuration file. We're going to go down to line number 126. And as you can see here, it says config leader, and we have your care name here. This is going to be your leader's in-game character name. We're going to leave this blank to try auto detection if you so choose to do so. I do not recommend that though. Just log in, get your character's name of your leader, and just plug it in, and then we know that it's going to work properly the very first time. And we're going to skip down to where it says, skip down to line number 136 to where it says Diablo helper. Yours will be saying false. We need to change this to true. And then line number 137 is the number of seconds that your leecher or your follower will wait for your leader to be in chaos. If this number of seconds is not high enough and your leader does not reach chaos in time, your follower will exit the game, which is why I have increased these seconds to a much higher number. Yours does not need to be as high as mine, however, it probably won't hurt to have it at a higher number. Next up, we have whether you want to start at the entrance or at the star, true for entrance, false for star on line number 138. Line 139 is whether or not you want your follower to go ahead and skip to the entrance of chaos and start killing the things around it and then wait for the leader or not. If you want your leecher to do that, go ahead and hit true. If you do not want your leecher or follower to do that, make sure that you hit false, or type in false, or type in true, I should say. Below that, we have Diablo helper.skip if baal. This is not really going to be something we're going to go into. The reason for this is pretty obvious. We're not going to have any characters that should be going ahead of each other. If you do, this may be useful to you. I'll leave that up to you guys to interpret as you will. Let's skip down to line number 145, and we have scripts.baal helper equals either true or false if you want to do baal or not. As you can see, I've set mine to true. Again, the number of seconds we want to wait for the runner to be in the throne or the follower will exit. Below that, we have kill nil. If you want to kill nil before you go to the throne room, you can do so by changing this to true. If, for example, you're not going to do Diablo, but you're going to do baal, you could set this option to true, and your follower will go and quickly dispose of Diablo and then go to the throne room shortly after. Do not enable this option if both the leader and the leecher, or even just the leader, are going to go into Diablo and kill him, because you could get an error and you could have a failure for the leecher to continue on after that. Below that, we have doll quit. If you change this to true, if there are dolls present in the throne room, which are those nasty little buggers that explode when they hit you, or when they die, and they typically kill squishy characters, set this to true. I like to leave it to true because even if I die 1 out of 100 times, it could be that 100th time that I'm on level 98 and I lose 2 or 3 works worth of experience. So personally, I recommend turning it to true. Below that on line 150, we have kill Baal. If you want to kill Baal, turn this to true. If you do not, turn it to false. And then last but not least, we have Baal helper.skipTP. Again, if you want your leader or your, not your leader, your follower or your leecher to skip ahead of the leader and kill stuff in the throne, you can do so by turning this to true. I just leave mine on false because for the throne, I like to have both of them kind of clearing out and helping. It's up to you. You can do it either way. And then go ahead and make sure you save that. Now, we need to edit one more file real quickly, and that is going to be your d2botfollow.dbj. It's located in Kolbot d2bs and then in Kolbot once more, and you should see it here. This is subject to change in the future. These files may change their locations, but the file name should be exactly the same. Open this with Sublime Text or Notepad++, whichever you prefer. As you can see here, I have this set up for Notepad++. It doesn't really make any difference. Just make sure that you edit this file. We're going to skip down to line number 32. Now this is where it gets a little bit tricky. This is how your follower is going to know which games to join. And what it's going to do is it's going to check d2bot.exe. It's going to check whichever profile that you plug in here, and it's going to find the name of the game and the passwords that are being used for said game. So what you're going to do is you're going to plug in your leader's profile name in d2bot.exe. So for example, here's my leader's name, Dark, in my profile name. I'm going to plug that in there, and I have Druid as my leader's name. As you can see here, here's Druid. So just make sure that you plug both of those in order to have this work properly. And again, you're going to go up to File, and you're going to hit Save. Now, you're pretty much done at this point. The only other thing that I would highly recommend that you do is you can edit a final file. It's actually multiple files. And again, this is not needed, but I do recommend it. If you go into Kolbot, libs, and then into bots, you're going to find your baal.js, your diablo.js, and these two should be edited. The reason why I say this is as a stock configuration, your leader may say certain things out loud, and repeated phrases that are repeated out loud in either above your head or in the in-game chat is an easy way to get you banned. It's a proven method that Blizzard has detected over a long period of time that we have shown to get you banned. So therefore, I'm going to leave my edited baal.js and my diablo.js files in the Pastebin link in the description for you to paste in and hopefully avoid all of those text, like repeated text, I guess you could say notifications that the bot typically delivers. So again, this is optional. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. That's perfectly up to you. I hope this makes sense, guys. If it did, please leave me a like and subscribe if you haven't already. If you're able or if you want to, I do accept donations through Streamlabs. The link will be, again, down below. Or you can become a Patreon member, which means that you basically allot me a certain amount of money per month. And this is a fantastic way to support my channel for even as little as $1 per month. Everything helps. I turn nobody down for the amount of money that they can help me with. I'm grateful for everybody that does this, and I hope you guys have a good one, and I'll see you in the next video.